The Ministry of Sovereign Intelligence, Agent 26, Sterling Vane. Real science, real stakes.
Vane, do you copy? The drone swarm just went dark every unit simultaneously. My bike display is gone. The GPS array, the encrypted uplink, the bloody thermal scope, it's all dead. Everything with a circuit board is dead.
Yes, I noticed.
You noticed? Vane, there are 40 meters of charged atmospheric tower above you, and I'm reading well. I was reading a surface static potential that would arc to anything conductive within a 100-foot radius. That includes you. You are wearing a watch.
A mechanical watch? Cooper. No circuits to pry.
That is not the point. The point is you're standing in the middle of the Black Rock Desert in the dark. Your comms are running on a shielded hardline that we buried on the approach, which, might I add, I had to dig, and Brandt is about to discharge enough accumulated triboelectric energy to knock out every ground-based communications hub across a very wide radius. Vane, the tower array, there's Street Elmo's fire crawling up every strut. Blue-white brush discharge, visible from 2 kilometers out. The air is about to break down. Please tell me you have a plan that doesn't involve dying.
The charge has nowhere to go, Cooper. It never did. Physics doesn't care how much power you've accumulated. It only cares about potential difference. And I intend to give it a better path. 8 hours, 47 minutes earlier. London.
Right. Good morning, Sloan. I just need level 4 clearance on the Nevada field file, the atmospheric imaging overlay, and oh, come on. Again?
Your biometric profile was flagged at 3:47 this morning, Agent 14. Something about you attempting to access the server archive from a smartwatch app at, let me check, a kebab shop in Bermondsey.
And that was legitimate field research.
Into what? Donor meat?
The watch has a new firmware update. It's supposed to sync automatically.
Yes, automatically and indiscriminately, apparently. Your watch pinged 14 restricted government IP addresses, 2 foreign embassy proxies, and the BBC iPlayer, all at once. Impressive, in a catastrophic sort of way.
I disabled the sync setting.
Agent 26, you look like you've been traveling.
In Reykjavik. Cold front came in early. I brought you something.
Is this scar?
Vanilla. From a dairy farm outside the city. The farmer told me his family has been making it the same way for 200 years. No electricity involved.
The Dean is waiting. Nevada file is on the secured table, level 4, which Agent 14 cannot access until I restore his clearance, which I will do after I finish my current task.
She's eating breakfast. Her current task is breakfast.
And she's earned it.
Case file 14-friction. Subject, Lucas Brandt, 42, German-born tech magnate. Founded Brandt Core Systems 12 years ago, started in industrial materials, pivoted to atmospheric energy capture, became very rich very quickly. Too quickly.
His towers.
6 of them, constructed over 18 months in the Black Rock Desert, Nevada. Officially registered as experimental atmospheric energy harvesting infrastructure. The Bureau of Land Management approved them under a renewable energy research permit. They are not for energy harvesting.
What are they for?
Each tower is sheathed in alternating layers of polytetrafluoroethylene and aluminium, essentially the largest triboelectric generators ever constructed. Wind drives the friction between those layers continuously. The towers have been accumulating and storing static charge for months.
How much charge?
Our physicists estimate that at full capacity, a simultaneous discharge across all 6 towers, each acting as a radiating antenna as the stored charge collapses in microseconds, would destroy unshielded electronics across a very wide radius. The exact reach depends on the discharge rate and the tower geometry, but the modeling is not encouraging. Every ground-based relay station, cellular tower, financial exchange, power grid controller, and military communications hub within range would be reduced to scrap. The cascade effect on infrastructure would be felt globally within hours. Communications go dark not because the signal can't travel, but because there is nothing left to send or receive it.
That is genuinely terrifying. Can't we just bomb them?
Military strike on domestic American soil, Cooper, no. Beyond which, the towers are surrounded by Brandt's private security, former military, well-armed, and a perimeter of proximity sensors that are themselves hardened against EMP. He thought of that.
Agent 26. Brandt intends to hold global communications infrastructure to ransom. He has already transmitted terms to 12 governments. Discharge is scheduled for 23 tonight, Nevada time. You have one window.
And the stratagem?
That, Agent 26, is precisely why we keep you on the bee. The discharge cannot be detonated remotely. Brandt needs it to build to critical potential first. Find a way to drain it before it reaches that threshold. Leave the installation intact, and don't start a war with Nevada.
Charge needs a path to ground. I'll need conductive microfilaments, carbon-copper composite, minimum 50,000 individual strands. Fine enough to deploy aerially.
I'll have them loaded into the cargo drone swarm. Agent 14 will be your field support and comms relay.
I've got a new experimental electric dirt bike. Silent running, AI-assisted terrain navigation, heads-up display with real-time charge field mapping.
Does it have a manual override?
Yes?
Then it will do. Get it loaded. 14 hours later. Black Rock Desert, Nevada. Approach.
Heads-up display is showing charge field density around the towers at 68% of projected discharge threshold. That's higher than the modeling predicted. They've been running the friction cycle faster than we estimated.
When does it reach critical?
At current accumulation rate, 53 minutes. Maybe less if the wind picks up.
It will pick up. There's a thermal boundary passing through at 22. Conduit current surface, wind vector and charge differential across tower array 6.
Surface wind, 14 knots, bearing 270, tower array, 6 stored potential, negative 85 megavolts relative to remote ground reference, charge gradient steepening. Estimated time to discharge threshold, 49 minutes.
Understood.
Vane, who were you talking to?
Myself. Focus on the perimeter.
Right. Perimeter sensors are there, 2 guards on the east access road, rotating pattern, 4-minute gap. Drone swarm can thread through on low profile if we go now.
Send the drones through. Hold the bike back until I signal.
Vane, the charge field as my bike display is starting to ghost. I'm getting sensor interference at 2 kilometers. The field is wider than the models showed.
That's the accumulation effect. The towers are polarizing the surrounding air. Every metal surface within range is becoming a secondary capacitor.
Is that bad for us specifically?
It means we deploy now, not later. Conduit optimal filament deployment radius to achieve complete charge dissipation before threshold.
Its minimum deployment radius, 120 meters from tower array centroid. Filament ground contact must achieve surface area exceeding 80,000 square meters. Current drone swarm payload is sufficient if dispersal angle is 45 degrees from vertical.
45 degrees. Understood.
Vane, what just happened? My comms went to static for a second.
The charge field spiked. Where's Brandt?
Control tower, north end of the array. He's Vane. He's watching the discharge countdown on a hardened display. He knows someone's in the perimeter. 2 security units are breaking from the east road, heading your direction.
Deploy the swarm. All filaments. Now.
Deploying Vane. The filaments are grounding. I can see the... The charge field is the charge differential is dropping. Fast. Tower 6 just dropped 400 kilovolts in seconds. It's like someone pulled the plug on the whole array. Tower 1, Tower 3, they're all cascading. The filament mesh is draining the charge across 80,000 square meters of ground contact Vane. It's working. It's actually working.
Cooper. The bike. East Road. Now would be ideal.
On it manual override. Silent running. The heads-up display is completely dead. I'm riding blind.
Use your eyes, Cooper. They predate software.
Brandt,
His countdown display read 0, but there was nothing left to discharge. 6 months of accumulated triboelectric charge dispersed into the Nevada desert in the time it takes to boil a kettle. His security team are going to find their weapons very difficult to fire. Static charge and electronic firing mechanisms are poorly matched.
you grounded the entire array with fishing line.
Carbon-copper composite microfilaments. But yes, functionally similar.
Agent 26. Brandt is in federal custody. The tower array has been handed to the Department of Energy for decommissioning. 12 governments have sent their regards, unofficially.
Noted.
Your cargo drone swarm has been assessed as a total loss. The microfilament payload triggered a charge event that fried every circuit board in the swarm on contact.
They perform their function.
75. Indeed. Return to London. There's a situation developing in Lisbon that requires your particular analog sensibilities.
It's Lisbon. Lovely. I've been wanting to try a new navigation app. There's a new AR overlay system that projects the route directly onto your
Does it require charging?
12 hours, but that's...
Then it will fail at the worst possible moment. The federal teams will want statements. Try not to mention the drones, or the filaments, or anything that occurred in the last hour, broadly.
What do I tell them?
That you were here on a hiking holiday and found the situation most irregular. Triboelectric charging. You've experienced it. You shuffle across a carpet in socks, reach for a door handle, and feel a sharp little spark. That's static electricity, generated by the friction of two different materials rubbing together. Different materials have different affinities for electrons. When they make contact and then separate, electrons transfer from one surface to the other. One material accumulates a net positive charge, the other a net negative. That imbalance, that electrical potential, is triboelectric energy. Brandt's towers worked on exactly the same principle. Wind-driven friction between polytetrafluoroethylene and aluminium, two materials at opposite ends of what's called the triboelectric series, transferring charge continuously, building a stored potential over months, not hundreds of kilovolts, as you'd find on a standard high-tension power line, tens of megavolts, the range of a natural lightning bolt. That is what makes it a weapon, rather than infrastructure. The street, Elmo's fire visible on the tower struts, is the warning sign. Brush discharge, the air beginning to ionize around the structure, the electric field strong enough to strip electrons from the atmosphere itself. The charge hasn't released yet, it's still accumulating, but the air around it is announcing that it's close. The critical point is this: charge at that scale accumulates because it has nowhere to go. Surround it with dry desert air, a poor conductor, and it has no discharge path. It simply builds. And when it finally releases all at once, through the tower structure, acting as an antenna, the collapsing charge radiates outward as a pulse of electromagnetic energy. Fast enough, large enough, and anything with an unshielded circuit board in range stops working, permanently. The remedy is elegant. Increase the surface area in contact with the Earth dramatically enough, with a sufficiently conductive material, and you create a path of far lower resistance than any arc through the air. The charge takes it every time, not because you forced it, because physics always prefers the easier route. The discharge happens but slowly, continuously, harmlessly into the ground, rather than all at once into the air. The surface area matters enormously, too small, and the energy density at the contact points is catastrophic. The sand fuses, the filaments vaporize, and you have achieved nothing but a localized explosion. 80,000 square meters spreads the load wide enough that the desert floor absorbs it quietly. 50,000 conductive filaments, 80,000 square meters of ground contact. Minutes, not milliseconds. Brandt spent 6 months charging his capacitor. It took considerably less time to drain it than it takes to make a decent cup of tea. Physics, as always, was unimpressed by the ambition.